BB and Jack Frost, what's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Gonna give a shout out to the people that dropped the comment before the show started. Shout out to Open Amy, says hit that like button, y'all. Hit all of the like buttons. Got a couple of things I want to say today. This is an open discussion. I didn't have any actual topic that I wanted to talk about because it seems like all of the topics that are actually trending right now, it's like shit is like social media distractions. That's all of the stuff that's trending. If we continuously talk every single day about all the tragedies that's going on in the world, there will be no end to it. And also, one of the things that the Bible says is that we are not supposed to, don't be keep everything in proper perspective when we're talking about the wars and the rumors of the wars that's going to be happening in today's age. So we are not supposed to be but so distracted because there are just things that we're supposed to do, and that's to get back to the Most High. So we are going to talk about a lot of topics, and as always, when we talk about these topics, we're going to talk about them inside of the scope of the Bible and inside of the scope of what a theological discussion to a degree. I'm not part of a religion, but I guess that's the best way, a faith-based understanding of whatever the topic is that we're discussing, basically, is what I'm saying. And that's generally what we do every day. That's why sometimes you see me so vehemently against certain narratives that people might try to come and bring into the comment section, and they'll be like, Jack Froze, everybody got to agree with you. No, everybody do not have to agree with me, but if you're trying to get me to change my perspective based on something that's just an assumption, you don't have any actual foundation for the thing in which you're discussing, or the foundation in which you're given isn't based in any kind of logical reason that I could associate to the Bible, then why would I change my perspective? Remember, a fact is a fact, but the fact is still through the scope of the individual that's delivering the message and through the individual that's going to receive the message, and whether they're going to receive the message through the same scope that the person that is giving the message is giving it. Just because you're saying a thing and you tell me that I have to look at it through a certain lens, that doesn't mean that I can't also look at it through a different lens. And I think that's the perspective that most people try to take when they say that you don't want to believe a thing in which they're saying. In reality, what they're saying is that you don't want to change your opinion and you don't want to be the beta to the alpha. So when I have a discussion, I don't want to have a discussion with a beta. I only want to have a discussion with an alpha. I only want to have a discussion with an individual that's in control of the comments in which they're making and who's emotionally intelligent enough to understand the things that they're saying inside of the context that we agree upon is going to be inside of the scope of the discussion that we're having. So in this element, all that I'm trying to say is when we talk about the situation that's happening over there in Gaza and the tragedies that's going on over there, what we also have to remember is that there's other things that's going on in the world that's much closer to us, and we have to also pay attention to that, because if we're not paying attention to the things that's right outside of our door, our house will burn down. So that's all I'm saying. I'm really not saying anything more than that. I'm saying, when is America going to take the focus off of foreign policies and put the focus back on our domestic policies? When is it going to be more important to feed our kids than it is to feed the neighbor's kids? When was the last time your next door neighbor came over and paid off your mortgage? When was the last time your next door neighbor came over and paid off your ADT? If you get it, you get it. So I saw a that Vivek guy. Is that how you say his name? So I saw a debate. So the Vivek, I don't know how to say his name. So he was talking to, he was basically, it was during the debate, and he was having the discussion with this lady, and she was basically, I don't even know who she was, but she was basically, they was having a discussion about the money that was being sent to the Ukraine. And he brought up a great point. He said, yo, y'all, you can't even name 3 prophetesses over there in the Ukraine that you're sending this money to. Sometimes I wish, often, I wish that I can understand the perspective of an individual. I want to understand their perspective of an individual is so anti-Trump that they're willing to co-sign and go for policies that in no way benefit the American people. I just would like to be able to understand their perspective. I'm not saying that I want them to change their perspective. I'm not saying I want them to understand my perspective. I'm not saying that at all. I would like to understand their perspective because I don't get it. I saw Sean King, I think it was Sean King, post something, right, on Instagram. He posted that a person could say that they're not going to vote for Biden and also not be pro-Trump. He said that if it's between Biden and Trump, he's just keeping his vote. Now, what have I been saying forever about politics? Every time we talk about voting, what do I say? Shout out to the Art of D Glass, Brandon Washington, 27. We got the mayor up in here, and we got Brandon Washington again. Art of D Glass says, morning, BBN Fraud. Salute, my brother. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. Brandon Washington says, but I'm assuming it's I have a friend who is working for a Palestinian grocery store. He also works for a Syrian grocery store. He says right now the owners of the stores are acting so wild towards each other. Wowzers. Mayor says, bless up to the rest. Salute. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. He said he was in the middle of it. I'm gonna assume you work for both of those guys. You the arms dealer. Brandon Watson says, morning BBN fam. Salute. So I want to be clear on this. The point that he was actually making, that I don't think the people who blindly support, I understand when you support something that I'm contrary to. I even understand when you blindly support something that I'm contrary to. I just have so much more respect for an individual who supports something that I don't support, who has a position that I don't have, but they at least have a rational perspective on why they feel that way. Like even if I think they're wrong, there's a reasoning, and their reasoning is logical. You understand? I can respect that. Like your reasoning is logical. I don't agree with you. I think you're wrong. But because of the way that you interpret the information, I understand why you came to that destination. And I can respect that. And that's often what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is this. If you're coming in and you want to have a disagreement with someone, you're just going to say the opposite of what they're saying. But when you have a fundamental position that is opposite of someone else's, like it's already your opinion, you're not just saying the opposite of what the other person is saying because you're trying to be interesting, when in reality that just makes you annoying. Annoying is F, by the way. Because then we could come to we can have a discussion. Because you feel a way, you have a logical reason on why you feel that way. So therefore, our conversation can be based in logic and reason, because if our conversation is based in emotion, if emotion is what's driving our conversation, then how could our conversation be constructive? Like it can't be constructive. How? Emotion is driving it. What up, JR? Just saying. Remember, you can have whatever perspective you want. But once you try to make me change my perspective and you try to cause that you just having an opinion, we're going to have beef. One, because you insulting my intelligence. Two, because you the ops. You came here specifically to argue with me. You're not my ops. You're your ops with your own damn self. Because we could have had a constructive conversation. You chose not to. You're your own ops. Niggas be having whole beefs with they self and just insert your name. This is the facts, man. Don't lie. Anyway, this is open discussion, so I'm ready to discuss anything you guys want to talk about. So anything you guys want to talk about, put it into the chat. I just opened with this conversation because I thought that particular what the heck is this? No, I don't want Minecraft. I just started with this conversation because I thought that particular debate, was on the front of my mind. And I thought it was interesting because I know that there's so many people that are supporters of the Democrats probably that is going to hear that and they're not going to understand what he was actually saying. And what he was actually saying is this. You are giving money for reasons that you don't even know. While you're walking around our country, seeing all the mayhem, seeing all of the problems that exist, seeing all of the people that need help in our community, in our country, and you blind to that. But you sending money to people that you don't even know where it's going. If you don't even know where the money is going, how could you know what the money is doing? And that's the point that people don't get when I be talking about the Democrats. That I've been telling y'all forever. All the Democrats do is set up reasons to have to send money to somewhere like they're helping, and then they just steal the money. I've been telling y'all that for years. Haven't I? I literally been telling y'all that for years. That's one of the main reasons why I say be careful about which Democrat you vote for. I've been saying that for years, right? I mean, the videos are still up. Just go to any video I was talking about a Democrat in. You probably have found it. It's like I've said it that many times. Anyway, Brandon Washington says my only interactions with them is I have honey I can move to. So I went into the stores to check up on my friend, and both owners were acting like heated even towards me. Wow. Laugh out loud. It's like I was the one who was trying to invade their grocery stores or something. Then I turned it on them like, fine, I don't have to leave my honey here. And then they calm down. Makes sense. 27 says, I say what's happening now is no surprise. Trump made it clear. Trump told y'all what they were going to do as soon as they came into office, and they did everything that Trump said. So that's another reason why it kills me. Okay, I'm going to rewind. So you can understand my perspective on this. When they were campaigning and Trump was in office, pardon me, let's go back even further. Before Trump became president, right? During the debates and every time he was talking about the Democrats, he was basically saying the Democrats are going to do this, the Democrats are going to do that. The Democrats said he was lying. He won. When he won, he did a lot of shit. Y'all just don't know about it because Twitter didn't allow you to know about it. Wink, wink. Whenever Trump was doing something good that everybody should know about, Twitter was making sure that things that was going contrary to Trump was trending, distractions. If you don't believe me, they actually got called down to Congress and had to go into the Senate floor and had a whole damn thing about it. There was a big thing about it. Like they had to go. It was a Senate hearing over this, just so we could be clear. For anybody that's going to say I'm capping or lying or I don't know what I'm talking about. There was a Senate hearing over this where they openly admitted to lying or not lying, preventing information from being public knowledge and then making shit trend that wasn't true. They got on the Senate floor and admitted to this. Just so we could be clear, because I know, somebody's going to say I don't know what I'm talking about because they say I'm lying about everything, like they were saying Trump. So Trump's president now. Trump's doing a whole bunch of shit that we should know about. But we don't know about it because why? Twitter is making sure that all of the negative Trump shit trend. Hold on. Listen and pay attention. We can have an Elon Musk conversation after this also if y'all want. But listen and pay attention. So now Trump is president. He's doing a whole bunch of shit that is actually helping the community. For everybody that's going to say, what did Trump do? What did Trump do? Do you understand how the economy works? Do you understand gas going down, how big that is? Do you understand how big it is for gas in this economy to be, for 3 years ago, 4 years ago, for gas to be $2.50? Do you understand how big of a deal that is? You know, heating homes, driving cars, flying planes, flying cargo planes, driving semi trucks, you know, the two things that carry the goods, that if the fuel is high, the goods are more expensive. So that's just one thing. All right? Because gas being low makes the stock prices and so much other shit go up. But I'm not here to explain the economy. I'm gonna put some water on for some coffee. Give me one moment. The easier it is to do business for a company, the more affordable their product will be. The harder it is for a company to do business, the more expensive the product is going to be. So now Trump is president. He's telling you about all of the things that the Democrats want him to do, that he's saying will tank our economy. I'm going to say this again. So Trump is president. While Trump is president, he's complaining about all of the things that the Democrats want him to do, which he is saying would tank the economy. Now, the voters, because the information that is coming out is not digestible in Trump's favor on Twitter, which is important. What up, Kyra knows? Which is important. So what happens? The public don't understand what's going on. So you dudes wanted Trump to do the shit that was going to tank our economy. Trump didn't do it because he knew better. Y'all call him what? A narcissist. How's he a narcissist? Because he knew better. Anyway, Trump loses the election because once again, our news media keeps putting out that everything he's doing and saying is a lie. Trump's lying. The Democrats don't want to do this. Trump's lying. The Democrats don't want to do that. Trump's lying. If this happened, that wouldn't happen. This wouldn't tank our economy. That one, he's just trying to help his friends. Now the Democrats win, get in the office. They immediately start doing all the shit that Trump told y'all that they was going to do that they said they wasn't. And they didn't also immediately start doing all the shit that Trump didn't want them to do. And that tanked our economy, like Trump told y'all. So my question is this. The people who hate Trump, why? I'm going to get some wet coffee. I think the water's boiling. think people don't understand what Trump be trying to say. Now, I'm not a big Trump fan. I'm not even a Trump advocate. I don't even want him to be president again for the simple fact I want somebody younger. I'm a big advocate of having the next president be in their 50s, late 50s. I'm an advocate of that. But I'll tell you right now, if I got to choose between one more year of Trump, one more term of Trump, or one more term of Biden, I'm going Trump all day. That's not even a question. That's not even something to consider. Brandon Washington says, why does it sound like I left the water on? Give me 1 second. I left the damn flame on the stove from the water. I was like, what the fuck do I hear? Brandon says, I think Jack feels very strongly about this topic. He just got saying how Trump lowered gas prices and boosted the economy, which is true, but it was portrayed all weird. Just for your information. Who, I portrayed it weird, or did they portray it weird? Who portrayed it weird? I'm curious. I don't think that's the real Kyra knows. Don't say nothing, Brandon Washington. You should know why I know. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. How we know that's not the how we most likely know that's not the real Kyra. Don't say nothing. I don't think that's the real Kyra. Don't say nothing, though. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm ready to go this morning. I'm even stopping the ads from coming through. I'm ready to go this morning. What else do I want to talk about? But my point with this is always this involving when we vote. I just don't think people I think by the time a lot of these politicians get to the level of being able to be a president, they have to compromise so much. You understand? They just have to compromise so much. Like, you got to make deals over here, you got to make deals over there. Trump never had to do that. There is no them coming out of the left field with some shit that Trump did 20 years ago in politics. There is none of that, because Trump wasn't in politics 20 years ago. Shout out to Nick the Slick. Salute. You understand what I'm saying? Trump wasn't in politics. So they don't want Trump in this area. Now, with all these other politicians, when they become president, they could be like, look, we got dirt on you, fam. You do know that's what Diddy was doing, right? Getting dirt on artists and stuff like that so he can manipulate them and have... I could just imagine how many of those male artists Diddy banged and got it on tape. I could just imagine how many of those male artists Diddy banged and got it on tape. That he was going to use it as extortion. But now, since the Me Too movement and all of this other shit went down, he can't use it as extortion, and it immediately becomes evidence. Now Diddy got to burn those tapes. If they come out, it's evidence. $50 been telling y'all about him. I knew about Diddy since the 90s. That's all I could tell you. 50 is about... There's only a couple of people that came out that I never really heard no bullshit about. 50 is one of them. Yo, y'all remember when they tried the Dirty 50 name, trying to talk about like that gay shit with 50 a while back? That's one of the reasons why I think 50 don't get along with a lot of these dudes. But, and also, I think Puff had him blackballed. That's why nobody in New York was signing him. He was blackballed in New York. That's why he had to get signed by Interscope over there with a Dr. Dre and them niggas. He was blackballed in New York. That's why he don't fuck with nobody. Who else is blackballed, fam? They only blackball the greatest, fam. They only blackball you when you great, fam. I promise you. I promise you. He got blackballed. For everybody that don't know the story. So he was already blackballed. Like he was like people wasn't fuck with him like that. He was the hottest thing in the street. And then he came out with the How to Rob, and then that was that. That was just that. That went. It took him like this. Boom. That was it. That's all everybody was talking about. And you have to understand, in New York City, your mixtape. We didn't give a fuck about albums. You understand? This is back before niggas wasn't talking about how much your album sell. It was just strictly on by how good your album was. It was just strictly how good your album was. Now, for everybody that knows, 50 had beef with the Supreme team. But for everybody that knows, because 50 has mentioned it numerous times on numerous different platforms, he was banned from the New York City stream. And then after he got big, people started acting like they wanted to fuck with him. And that's when he was like, nah, I don't fuck with you niggas. So yeah, that was the fake Kyra knows. Kick the dirt. I knew you was gonna get yourself kicked. Shout out to A Pieces Frost. Salute. All facts. Of course they're facts, man. Appreciate you, by the way. Keep trying to tell you. The shit that I just told you is not even a secret. So for like, it's not even a secret. Like I be telling y'all shit I tell you a lot of shit that's like disclosed. But this thing that I'm saying right now, this isn't a secret, fam. AP, is this a secret? This isn't a secret. This is pretty much common knowledge. 50 has talked about this numerous different times. He was blackballed in New York City. People didn't want to deal with the Supreme team. That's a fact. Appreciate you, AP. Salute. But these other people could have signed him. They chose not to. Get it? So check this out. Back to the politics of because what do y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I just accidented into this conversation. This was a whole accident. This isn't the actual conversation, by the way. This is, you know how I be talking about shit and then I segue for a moment or two. That's what that was. I just want everybody to know. I just segued for a moment or two. But back to Diddy. Yeah, so what do y'all think Diddy was doing? Diddy was getting videos of him doing stuff with people in compromising positions. They was then selling those tapes and moving those tapes all around. How do you think 50 said that he got a hold of it? Somebody else got a hold of it, then sent it to 50. It's crazy how I be in here just telling y'all common knowledge and people be like, I'm lying. That's bananas. I think it's common knowledge. Brandon Watson says, why do these owners of these sports teams never sell? Same with politics. Old people get into these positions and ride them into the grave. I think younger people need to be making the moves now. I think that most of the actual problems and issues we have aren't going to be solved by the people who created the problems and or the issues. And many of the people who created the problems and or the issues are currently they're currently politicians. Like the politicians that were politicians 20 years ago is a part of the issue. Okay? Not all of them, but many of them. The politicians that were politicians back in the 90s, they're part of the problem. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I think that's the issue. You expect people that made the problem to fix it. I'm going to tell you something that gaslighters do, right? And somebody tried to do this to me. Should I explain my situation? Anyway, I'll explain my situation. So I'll just say what it is. I want to explain my situation. I like to, so you could really get a grasp that I know what I'm talking about. That's why I try to explain my situation, which I can, because God sends us through whatever we send us through. So we have testimonial. I'm supposed to testify so I can help others. So you don't have to go through the thing that I went through in order to be able to get to the other side or have that knowledge or have that wisdom. So I'm supposed to share my testimonial. if I'm sharing my testimonial about a situation and a person who is involved in the situation and they don't like the light that they were in, that's not on me. That's not on God. That's on you. You should learn from that moment and make sure that you're never in that position again and be that part of somebody's testimonial. You shouldn't be mad that you're a part of somebody's testimonial like that, like they have to keep it secret because you behave poorly. With that being said, one of the things people like doing is creating the problem, then coming to you like they have a solution for you. They're trying to win on both sides. So uh I'll explain how they're doing it in politics first. So our mayor is wants the New York, the people of New York, to foot the bill for the migrants. So overtime's out the door. No more overtime. Paid overtime. No more paid overtime. That's out the door. We're not going to get no new police officers. Schools are going to get hit. Funding is going to go down. I'm going to assume our infrastructure funding is also going to go down. Besides that, now it made it fundamentally important for the MTA fares to go up and for you getting a fare going into lower Manhattan now became even more important. You understand? So our mayor created a problem. Our premier allowed or agreed upon accepting migrants and that we're going to be a sanctuary city. He bragged about it and they screamed about it and they hooped and hollered about it and told you about how great it is because we're so humane. First, if you don't have enough to feed your own children, who are your responsibility, first and foremost, you don't then go decide that you're going to feed others. You have to make sure that your home and your situation is secure first, with all respect due. I'm not telling you not to share. I'm saying that we all have responsibilities. Now, if you can share, that's dope. I know whenever I can share, I do. So the point in which I'm trying to make is now, after making this problem, our mayor, Mayor Adams, created the problem. 100%. But who's suffering? The people of New York. And instead of him saying, I made a mistake, now he's trying to place the blame on DC, but he really can't. Because every time he tries to point at them, they say, we got to give money to the Ukraine. We got to give money to the Israel, which is insane because you got to give money to your own people first. Are you going next door and giving an allowance to the neighbor's kids and then telling your own kids? I know somebody that'll do something like that. My pops would do some shit like that for real, for real. But that's not normal. That would be seen as something outside the scope of normality. Somebody doing that, nobody wouldn't even believe that. Like I just told you that, right? And I know you don't believe it. Get it? I know you don't believe it because that's insane. But it happened. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry about that. I got here too late to dead those commercials. They're going through. Anyway, yeah, no. These guys are staying in their political in our. These guys are staying where they're staying because we keep voting them in. We could just not vote them in, but we have this weirdo philosophy or thought. My TV's doing. We got this weirdo philosophy or thought that being old means being wise. I mean, could I just be clear about something? I know a lot of people who have wisdom in their old age, but I also know a lot of people who in their old age don't got it all. Could we be clear on that? I know quite a few people that in their old age they have wisdom, but I know a lot of people that in their wisdom they don't got it all in their old age. Pardon me. And I don't understand why that can't also be a perspective that there's a chance that as someone age, they might not always, their functions might not, incrementally adjust to allow for them to be able to keep some of that wisdom from the experience in which they went through in their life. Like, remember, your memory has to be intact for wisdom to be there at majority of the time. Because if you can't even remember the lessons, how can you pass them on? Explain that shit to me. You're gonna hang out with an old person all day that don't have it all in hopes that he's gonna say something poignant. It's been 18 hours. It got him coming anytime now. We 18 hours in. It's any time now. Like, is that what's going on? In any regard, what y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. What y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'm talking about whatever. I don't care. Whatever y'all want to talk about. I was so upset. So yesterday I wanted to wear this shirt, but I couldn't find this shirt. I'm gonna tell you real quick. So this is the shirt I found. I can't remember if I wore a black shirt yesterday or not. I wore a black shirt with it. Anyway, so this is the shirt I found, and it don't fit the same. You understand what I'm saying? It's like a different shirt. I'm not a real big fan of this company. The one that I have on right now is this is one of my favorites. It's not even expensive. It's J. Ferrer. I like the way this one fits. J. Ferrer. I like the way they fit. So that's what most of my shirts are. Because I like the way they fit. It's not, and it's inexpensive. It's not that expensive. I like the way they fit, And they got a nice different, cuts. You know what I'm saying? I like the way they fit. Especially when my muscles come back. You gotta understand. Like the way they fit. So yeah, shout out to Jay Ferrer. I'm not a big fan of this country club, whatever that is. I bought that one shirt. I bring it home, tried it on. I said, "Oh, this is terrible. I gotta wear a whole sweater whenever I wear this shit. It's just terrible, absolutely terrible." But Jay Ferrer, I like. Anyway, what y'all want to talk about? Put it in chat. Oh, did y'all hear about the YKSO shit? YKX Osiris? What I called him? YK. What did I say the first time? YK. Anyway, YK Osiris. I don't know. YK SRO shit. That's what I said the first time. Did y'all hear about the bullshit YK Osiris shit? I heard some stupid shit about YK Osiris. I don't know if I believe it, but I believe it. What I mean is, I don't know if this is something that happened, but I do know that shit like this happens. So, did y'all a while back hear about YK Osiris allegedly, like, some shit happening between him and Drake? So a while back. So now they're trying to say basically Diddy and Drake, and I think this is like a lot of cap. I hate, but I just want to introduce this. They're saying Diddy and Drake had did a number on YKS Osiris. So I'm gonna tell you why I'm mentioning this. Not the Drake aspect as much, because like I don't know about that shit. But Diddy took this nigga on vacation, fam. Like, was it somebody's birthday? Like, was we going to the Bahamas because it was somebody's birthday? Or was we just going on vacation to the beach? Fam, if you my homie and you talking about, yo, let's go to the beach. I'm like, I don't know about this. I'm just telling you what it is. Man, I don't know about this. Hey, it's giving off the wrong vibes here, sir. But if you like, yo, let's go to this basketball camp shit. Yo, you want to go rock? It's like a whole weekend. We gonna be hooping. Be like, word? Yo, they got this video game shit. Yo, we gonna go down to Comic-Con. That's some shit niggas do together. Niggas don't be like, yo, son, let's go to the beach. let's go put on some bikinis and hang out. Niggas don't do that. I mean, if you live near the beach, you probably go there to go pick up chicks. Niggas do that. I live near the beach. But you're not flying with a nigga to overseas to go to the damn beach with him. That just don't sound right. I'm sorry. That just don't sound right, man. That don't sound right. Who want to go to the beach with Diddy? Put it in the chat. I want to know who's like, yo, Diddy, take me to the beach. Men only need apply. He's giving out free prostate chicks. Diddy is like giving out free prostate chicks. He's like, you know what? They're gonna call me Dr. Diddy next. He's not gonna be Brother Love no more. He's gonna be Dr. Diddy. He's like, we got these prostate examinations we gotta give out. Nah, we doing them with the penis these days. Pardon me. My apologies. Oh man. I'm just saying, fam. Oh man, I promised you I was gonna tell some jokes this morning. Oh man. I promised myself I was gonna say some jokes. I'm telling you, man, that's what Diddy is doing. Dr. Diddy. Oh man. I'm gonna go blow my nose because I was laughing a lot. Diddy, Brother Love. I don't know. I can't get with I can't get with none of that shit. Yo, somebody put the Cash App in the chat, fam. Hey. Hold on. Right now. Hold on. Right now. Let's get together some camera. We have the camera. Hold on. I'm gonna say what it is. We're gonna buy it right now. If the money pull up right now, I'm gonna buy it right now on air. Because you know people like saying I be capping. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. So somebody pulled up to one of my. I'm gonna show you too. I'm gonna show you why I'm saying what I'm saying, just so we can be clear. I'd rather start doing it like this. Let's do it like this. Because I know there's people that want to support the platform, but there's people lying to you, telling you that I'm doing other shit with the money that you supporting the platform with, right? So hold on. This is how we gonna get around that. Listen and pay attention. Shout out to Arthur D. Glass putting the Cash App in the chat. If you would like to pay attention to the Cash App. Listen to what I'm gonna say next. So somebody hits up my our community, our chat. Look what they says. Something, get a camera, right? So I'm saying this. We just got a new mic, right? Only one person pulled up, was like, yo, we're going to get the mic. What I'm saying is this. Right now, on live air. So they can't say I'm capping. They can't say I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. Because I have to figure out a way to combat the people just lying on me. I don't know. I can't figure out stuff. I'm trying. All right. So this is the newest idea to combat the people that just lying, that I can't do nothing about a lie, fam. We could use a new camera. Why is this not on sale? This shit used to be cheap because they know that this shit is a dope camera. They know that this shit is dope. That's why. I think this is the best camera. It's a Logitech. Anyway, so pull up. There's one right here, and there's a cheaper one right here. If we pulling up to the Cash App this morning, we're going to purchase a camera right now on live air, just so we could be clear. This is from, and for everybody that don't know, this is from our Amazon wish list. So if somebody gonna be on it and just go down there and copy it, you could do that too. Or we could put something together and do it right now. Because I keep hearing that I'm capping. But I'm telling you, I'm trying to do a thing. And I'm asking for y'all to be a part of the journey. This is a way that you can know for a fact you're a part of a journey right now. The cheap one is $42.99. The cheap one is $42.99. After taxes, probably gonna come to like $45, $46. I do not currently have Chime. What up, Brandon Hunter? Salute. I do not currently have Chime. We have PayPal that's down there. We have Cash App that somebody just posted, Arta D Glass, and we have well, that's the stuff that gets it to me immediately. Everything else is later. We have Zelle. We might have that Zelle thing down there too. That's just our email. So that part. So just so we could be clear, because I know for a fact that there's people that want to support and help our channel go up, but they're lying to you. So we can get it right now on air, and there could be no question. Let's get back to the conversation. We'll bring this back up later again, but let's do whatever y'all want to do, because I know that there's people that want, like, I'm talking to people on a regular everyday basis, and I hear the things that they're saying, so I understand what the misconception or the misunderstandings are. I get it. It would be nice to get a camera up here so our images will look a little bit better. It looks like the way it looks, like look better. It'd be nice. Yeah. I don't want to talk about that as much open aim. I'd rather talk about the people who want to support the platform. The people that don't, it's fine. It's what y'all want to talk about right now. Put it in the chat. What y'all want to talk about right now? Put it in the chat. What y'all want to talk about? Somebody put a topic in the chat. What y'all want to discuss specifically? Shout out to the first drop that came in on it. Shout out to the first drop that came in on it. The cheap one is 42. The cheap one is 42. Hold on. We almost there. We more than halfway there. We more than halfway there. Shout out to Nick with the $10 drop. We about to do this right now. We halfway there. Shout out to Brandon with the $10 drop. Appreciate both of you, men. We almost there. We about to do it. We about to order it right now. Because I know there's people that want to support the platform. Y'all just being told different. Y'all being given incorrect information. So let's do it on live. So there could be no dispute of what's happening. Now they're going to have to figure out another way to lie. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Let's get the conversation going. This is how you defeat evil. Unity. There is no other way. The power of the Most High is in all of us. We have to actively decide and make decisions to work with him and to move towards him. When we're not actively thinking about what would God want us to do, we're more liable to do something that we shouldn't be involved in. It sounds like it makes sense, right? That people should have the right to call themselves whatever they want to call themselves, right? Fine. But where does it say that we have to be forced to recognize them as something that we don't see them as? I want to explain something to y'all, and this is why I just choose to, and this is not a knock on anybody that's transgender, but I want to explain something. And this is going to probably hurt. You know, every time you call a man a woman and a woman a man, you are directly going against what Most High is saying. You know, every time you call a singular person a they or a them because you don't want to admit that they are a man or a woman, that you're going directly against what Most High is saying. So what you have to understand is one of the ways that Satan gets to us is he plays on our empathy and our sympathy. Because when you do F's with the Most High, when the Most High do F's with you, there's just certain elements that are a part of your character. So they're messing with your empathy. They're messing with your sympathy. They're messing with your want and need to not offend. Because apparently offending someone is the worst thing you can do in the world. Think about it like this. 90% of the people who are mad at me because I somehow offended them. I didn't do any actual physical thing. I just did a thing that probably wasn't even directed towards them. They just still felt offended. So now they're going to follow me around until the day that I die. That's how Satan works. You know how you get closer to the Most High? When somebody does something to you and you allow for the Most High, and you allow for the Most High to get your revenge. The Most High didn't say avenging is unto him. He said vengeance is mine. So every time you allow for God to be your vengeance, that's showing faith. You understand? Every act of faith moves us closer to God. So every time something is happening and you're impatient, you're showing a lack of faith. You're moving on Satan's energy, whether it's accidental or whatever. We need to have faith. And that's why we don't go out there trying to get vengeance on people. That's why you don't go out there trying to harm others. That's why you don't go out there trying to blackball and get in other people's way while they're trying to be successful. How can you follow somebody who doesn't even care, who doesn't even have a God? Forget whether they serve the Most High or not. How could you follow somebody who doesn't even have a God? Forget whether their God is God or not. Just they don't even have a God. How can you follow them? They don't stand for anything. You know how selfish that is to not have a God? Do you understand the selfishness that it takes to say, I don't believe in nothing over me? You know how selfish that is? You know how delusional that is? You know how destructive that is? You don't believe in nothing over you? Nothing. Whether these scientists are right or wrong, they talk about the complexities of the universe on that's basically their whole conversation. They talk about a universe that's beyond Earth, and they talk about a universe that's below our spectrum of sight. But you still think that a God doesn't exist, even with the complexities of the universe that exist? How can you trust a person that thinks like that? Once again, I'm not even talking about a person worshiping the actual God. I'm saying a person that doesn't worship any God. No. Anyway, just something to think about. Because you do know, just so we can be clear, if you worship anything other than the Most High, you're worshiping Satan. But my point is, you know how mentally unstable a person has to be to not even worship Satan? So, with all of this proof in the world that Satan exists, with all of this proof in the world that God exists, you're just gonna act like don't none of them happen. What the fuck? Part of my language. Brandon Washington said, phobia means fear of. Yes, never call yourself homophobic. That means that you are a fear of yourself being a homo. I'm assuming that you don't yourself fear that you might want to S a little D. I'm assuming that that's not your point. So you're not homophobic. Anyway, what did Brandon Washington say? Phobia means fear of. They are having a misunderstanding of the word homophobic. Being afraid is not the issue. It's more like twisting people's words against them. Okay, so the same people or the same concept that is around calling all men, everything men do as misogynist is the same idea and concept around the homophobic thing. It's the same exact idea and concept. If you do something that I don't like based on the fact, if you do something that that person don't like based on the fact, or that person has a perception that is based on the fact that they are gay, then they are gonna call you homophobic, because in reality, gay people do, a lot of gay people, this is where this came from, for the people that don't get it. A lot of people that are gay, especially back in the 90s and back in the 80s, there was a big thing. Everybody's gay. You just got to try. Did anybody remember those? Do anybody remember those? Anybody remember those? These are the same points that I've been talking about every time that I ever talk on this page, Black Power Cross. You can pull up previous videos and you'll hear me saying the exact same things in different words. These are all the same points. Just right now I'm talking and I don't have people in here trying to misconstrue the things that I'm saying. That's it. That's the only difference. If you don't want to acknowledge that that's the only difference, I'm fine with that. You can think whatever you want. Have no control over who you are as a person. With that being said, not coming for you is my point. That was my only point. Not coming for you. But this is the stuff that I'm always saying. I have no control over what people choose to listen to when I speak and what people choose to ignore and act like I haven't said. I have no control over that. I appreciate you being in the chat today, by the way. No hate. All right. I'm assuming he was throwing shade at me about me becoming a better man. But how can you say that these points are vital to becoming a better man if you're speaking about me specifically, if these are all points that I've always been making? So I'm just showing that sometimes if he is speaking about me, that people will look at me doing a thing and will ignore that I'm doing a thing so it could fit inside of their box of what they want to say that I am. You understand? So that's what I keep trying to tell you. I don't live in the real world. Now, these things that y'all just heard me say, I'm always saying. I just say it different ways. He came in here like this is the first time I've ever said it. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just exposing. I don't live in the same world with you guys. I live in a world where no matter what I say, people just decide on what they just want to just say. I'm saying. That building that collapsed is on the street I used to live on. That's on West Burnside and Hennessy Place. I used to live over there, just so we could be clear. 13. I forgot the name. I forgot the number of the building. But I used to live over. My uncle used to live over there in a private house. I used to go over there all the time. It was walking distance from my home. It really wasn't walk. It was walking distance. I mean, I'm 6, 7 years old, and I'm walking like 2 miles to their house about. So, by myself. So, wait, that was Morris Heights? That wasn't Morris Heights. Are you sure that was Morris Heights? That was West Burnside. I mean, you sure? I didn't even fucking. I just looked at the building. I could be wrong. I just looked at the damn building. And when I looked at the building, I just thought that that was the building because it looked similar. I could be wrong. I'm looking at the thing right now. Yeah, you're right. That looks like that looks like the fucking building, I promise you. Hold on. Nah, I think this is whoa, that looks just I'm gonna show you the building. So I can show you what I'm talking about. What look at this. That looks the building though, I promise you. I'm gonna show you the building I'm talking about real quick. I'm gonna pull it up on there. It looks like the building. That's why I looked at the building. I was like, oh shit. And then somebody I know that used to live in the building I'm thinking about is how I found it. They was like, yo, that's my old block. Yeah. This is not Hennessy Place. This is down the street. Hold on. Okay, so this is Hennessy Place. So this is the building that I thought it was. I'm gonna go down the block for a second. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So this is the building I thought it was. See this building right here? That's on the corner, as you can see. That's going down. That's West Burnside down there. Pardon me. I take that back. That's West Burnside down the block. This is the building right here that I thought it was. Wait, hold on. I'm looking at the screen backwards. I had it right the first time. My apologies. I'm looking at the screen backwards because it's flipped on my screen. So this is the building that I thought it was. That's West Burnside down the block. This is actually this home right here is actually where my uncle, my aunt, and his family used to live. This home right here. So this is the street I thought it was initially. Now I'm gonna go down the block real quick so I can show you how the street looks so you can see why I thought that. Should I go a little bit further down the block? Hold on. Ah, okay. I see how I was effed up. You see, this is across the street. They have the scaffolding across the street. So this is the building I thought it was, though. Okay. This is the building I thought it was. But they got the scaffolding across the street. Okay, so that's what that was? Okay. Yeah, God is good. Only 2 minor injuries. My dude, the whole fucking building fell in. The fact that nobody died, God is definitely good, fam. Like, fam, imagine if all somebody had to be doing was sleeping. Give me 1 second. All somebody had to do was be sleeping. That's it. Give me 1 second. Be right back. And once again, I wasn't trying to go at the homeboy that came in here talking about what he was talking about. Just stop, man. Just enjoy the show. You don't have to throw shots. We're wrong for the people that watched me be attacked and then was like, thought it was funny and shit like that. Still my life being turned up and down. Like there was something like I did something wrong. You were wrong for being on that energy, fam. I'm not even asking for you to apologize. Just don't come in here doing that weirdo shit, fam. You don't got to do that. I'm not asking for you to apologize. I ain't asking for nobody to apologize, just so we can be clear. I'm perfectly fine with everybody keeping their apologies to themselves and dealing with God. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not, no threats. I'm just saying I'm perfectly fine with that. You don't think you did nothing wrong? Fine. I don't think you did nothing wrong either. Just don't come in here talking crazy. That's between you and God. That don't got nothing to do with me. So yeah, so the part of that building collapsed. That's crazy. They said that there was like 6 or somewhere between 6 to 8 open like violations. So whoever owns that building, it's a wrap, fam. It's a wrap. You done. You are so fortunate that nobody lost their like. You're done, fam. People are gonna be like, "Yo, I had a whole Picasso in that room." People are gonna be like, "Yo, I had a car in my apartment. They're gonna the fucking insurance claims are gonna be out the roof, fam. Everybody PlayStation got lost. Everybody Xbox got lost. And everybody lost a TV. The payday is gonna be crazy, fam. Yo, I had like 6. Somebody's gonna be like, yo, I had 6 what do you call them shits? I had 6 iPhones. I was Christmas. Oh, and it's around Christmas time. This is around Christmas time, fam. This is around Christmas time. You know how many people are gonna be like, yo, all our presents was in there. We spent like $10,000. Where the receipts? The receipts were in the boxes. We put the receipt in the boxes so the person could take it back to the store if they don't like it. I'm just saying. Well, damn, it's only 9 o'clock. It's early. It's early. For everybody that don't know, we are trying to get a new to combat all of the lies about how we are not actually trying to improve what we're doing over here. We've actually got a thing going today where we're trying to get a new camera. We've also already had 2 people pull up with $10 drops a piece. See, the thing just goes by. It's, oh, it just went to the right thing. This is the camera we're shooting for. This is the cheaper camera out of the 2. It is $42. We've already had a couple of people pull up to the Cash App. Be next after I think 3 more drops or something like that of $10, because we had 2 people pull up already with 10. Then we're gonna buy the camera right here live on the show. We're gonna right now. So there's no way anybody could say that there's cap. There's no way anybody could say that we lying. There's no way nothing. There's no room for nothing. The lies are just you're gonna lie anyway. I'm just saying there's gonna be no room for the lie. Of course, you're gonna lie anyway, though. The good thing it didn't happen during school was off. Or if it happened during the summer, there'd be a lot of lost people. But what I'm curious to find out is exactly why did that happen? Like, that's not normal. Like, was there something wrong with the structure of the building? Did it need to be repaired? Like, the whole side fell out. Was there somebody in that apartment doing something that created that situation? Was this one of those situations where the floors and everything were just warped, and the building went up in like 1926, I believe? So was this a situation where it just needed maintenance? The building went up in like 1926. Go check. It's like something like that. This is an old building, fam. It's going on 100 years. I just be knowing facts about shit, right? I just be knowing, right? I'll be coming in here, I'll be like, yo, what do y'all want to talk about? And then we talk about something. And they'll be like, I don't know. And then I just know a fact. And they'll be like, damn, that nigga really did know a little bit of something about a thing. Kinda. And don't this building, it had, I think, somewhere between 6 to 8 violations. That's all I know at this point. It had somewhere between 6 to 8 violations. This is it happening in real time. Shit, the school buses were just letting out. There was kids that was probably headed home. It's a good thing that the kids didn't get home before this shit happened. Yeah, fam, I don't even know how you, fam, is anybody else thinking about this? Can they even fix that, or do they got to just evacuate the whole building? They might just have to evacuate the whole building and demolish the whole building. Anybody thinking about that part? Anybody else? I did a lot of stuff in school. So at high school, I took up architecture. And some of these buildings, the way in which they're made, if it gets destroyed like that, the whole building got to come down. You do know this, right? I didn't really pay too much attention in that class. I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you. There was a couple of chicks. I was trying to pick up one of them, and the teacher uh, was particularly. I was really cool, fam. That's all I could tell you. All right. Sometimes you get good grades because you're cool. This is a fact. Sometimes even teachers give you good grades. I was really cool, fam. Like, I was really that cool nigga in school, fam. I didn't do shit in that class, and I got like a B. I just showed up. I didn't even give in my last damn project. Shout out to that shit. I just showed up, fam. I didn't even do my last project, fam. I know I didn't. I didn't finish it. You know what I'm saying? It was like some shit because I didn't go to the last day and it wasn't finished. I'm just telling you what it is. Got like a B in that class. Payday, I'm half Dominican. I might have a cousin out there. We all related. It might, you don't know. It's the Bronx, man. A lot of Dominicans in the Bronx, man. A lot of Dominicans, a lot of Puerto Ricans. Bronx is just a giant melting pot. I mean, like if Brooklyn has all the Caribbean, dark-skinned, melanated Caribbean people, which it does, the Bronx has all of the Latin-speaking, Spanish-speaking people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is different. Black people just exist everywhere. It's just different. I love our West Indian brothers. They have the best parties. I mean, even when it's not all about just getting drunk and music, like they food to be lit. Like the West Indians be having the best. Like not literally. I'm just saying they have great parties, man. They have great parties. Really good parties. Because it's just about having fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway. Also, as fun as the Dominican and Puerto Rican parties be, I don't speak but so much English. I mean Spanish. So maybe I can't really enjoy the music to the same degree. So, you know, that part. What y'all want to talk about? Come on, man. It's only 9-8. It's only 9:13. We already been I went to 118. We already been live for an hour and 18 minutes. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We talking about whatever this morning. It's open discussion. I got on live extra early. We not nowhere near lunchtime. I'm just talking. We're not doing nothing in particular. It's an open discussion. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? Please, somebody put something in the chat. Also, how does the mic sound this morning? I'm always curious.
Harry Potter soap, let's go.
Harry Potter soap. Oh, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some BBN soap. I don't care. Hold on. I want to see how to.
Harry Potter soap, let's go.
Harry Potter soap. Oh, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some BBN soap. Yeah. Our mic is lit, right? So let's get the camera today. The camera is 42 in tax. And we already had $20 dropped to the Cash App. Let's get the camera today. The mic is lit, right? I also got another. I think I'm going to redo these. I gotta go look. I think I'm gonna redo those, and I'm got a depending on if I do it today, and I got something. I think I'm gonna jazz up our scene. I don't know if I'm doing that. I don't know. I think I'm gonna jazz up our scene a little today. I think I got some. I think I'm gonna jazz our scene up a little bit today, and I think there's a couple of things that I'm gonna do today. I think I'm gonna jazz our scene up a little. What I need is I want to hang this thing behind me, but it's heavy. So it's heavy though, so I can't just hang it. I want to hang some stuff behind me. I need to get, the anchors for the walls that allow you to put shit up. I need that. Give you magical power after you shower. Wait, so does the soap? I don't know. Maybe the soap you wash out with the soap. Maybe when you take a bath with the soap or whatever the fuck, and maybe you get like the cloak of invisibility or some shit. I don't know. The Elder Wand. I don't know. I really want to date a nerd. Like, I really want to date a chick that's a little nerdy. Like, I really do. I really do. Because I want to go to shit like Comic-Con of conventions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do those things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want to do those things. I want to date a nerd. Or if she ain't a nerd, she's just ready to go do nerdy shit with me. I want to date that. I'd way rather go to a comic book convention and have a good time than go to a fucking concert and listen to a whole bunch of loud music. I'm sorry. It is what it is. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Come on, let's go. Nothing? There's nothing you guys want to talk about this morning. I didn't plug this in. Excuse me. I love when the heat comes on. The heat is on the street. Who sang that song? That was from the 48 Hours movie, right? The heat is 48 hours. The heat is on. Hold on. Song The Heat is On. That is not a song, apparently. I think it's from 48 Hours. 48 Hours, the movie. I don't think I needed to say the movie, right? Probably not. What the fuck is this? All right, my apologies. My phone just did absolutely everything other than what I did. 48 Hours. Boom. The movie. Okay. Eddie Murphy. God dang it. 48 Hours, Eddie Murphy, Nick Nolte. Okay, so what's the music? I'm curious. Soundtrack. Okay, so I don't know the name of the damn song. I wish somebody figures out the name of that damn song. Somebody let me know. This is so stupid. The heat is on. Oh no, that's not that's Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop theme song. Why is my assistant keep coming on and going to the music? It's showing me that way. Let me see if this is it real quick. I'm gonna let a tiny bit of it play. No, that's not it. All right, so this is just never gonna happen. So this, I'm trying to look for this shit. So this is just never gonna happen, apparently. So apparently, this don't make sense. Anyway, the heat is on. That's the name of the damn song. The heat is on. I'm so pissed. Where did I know that from? Okay, the name of the song is The Heat Is On. There we go. What movie was this attached to? Beverly Hills Cop. I know it was the second time I knew it was Beverly Hills Cop. Sorry about that. Sheesh. What up, Jules? Hey, what up, Jules? Beverly Hills Cop. Sheesh. Don't know what to tell you. I'm just thinking about something. Imagine if they would have had cinematic universes back in the 1980s instead of just trying to do three and outs. Just imagine if they would have decided. And I'm also saying, in addition to that, I would like to do a new. I would like to restart Police Academy, and I want to be the star. Okay. So I would like for there to be Police Academy. I want to be the star, and I also want my name to still be Mahoney. And I want that to be a very hold on, bear with me. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna tell you the story in a minute. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain what I want to do with it in a minute. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna give you a whole entire explanation, and I'm gonna explain to you why I came up with the concept. Give me one moment. All right, hold on. I'm gonna light an incense. So I'm gonna explain. First is this: I realized that Hollywood understands that they made a mistake during the 90s and the 70s and all of those years when they just wanted to make trilogies. You see, I'm going to explain to you why they wanted to make trilogies first and why that was the overarching idea behind these movies. It's because generally speaking, when you write a movie is written in three parts. Okay? There is the introduction, there's the twist, and then there's the prestige. A movie is written in three parts. I'm going to explain that again. There's the introduction, that's the first part of the movie. Then there's the middle part of the movie, that's the twist. And then there's the ending part of the movie, that's called the prestige. So the reason why they used to always have trilogies is because it was basically each individual movie. The first movie is the introduction, the second movie is the twist, and the third movie is the prestige. Now, for anybody that wants to question me on this, why do you think the second movie in many movie series is the best movie? Because that's usually the movie where they disclose something that we didn't know in the first movie that now recontextualizes the first movie, right? If you want to give me, I'll give you a quick example. I'll say Star Wars. Now, after the Empire Strikes Back came out, and we learned that Luke was actually the son of Darth Vader, that changed the whole first movie. That changed what the first movie was in its totality. That changed the feeling and everything that was happening in the first movie. That changed what the first movie meant. Now, when we're watching a normal movie and we're just not watching the trilogy, we're just watching a movie, the beginning is the introduction. Then in the middle of the movie, that's when all the conflict and that shit is contextualized, so we can recontextualize the beginning of the movie, which was the introduction, and now we can go towards a resolution. Copy? That's how movies were written. So that's why in the 70s and the 80s and in the 90s, they just wanted to make trilogies. What happened was the MCU came along. And the MCU, what for everybody that don't know, they was initially just supposed to be trilogies inside of a combined shared universe. That's why there's 3 Captain America movies. That's why there's 3 Iron Man movies. You get it? The only reason why there's more Thor movies than all the other movies, realistically speaking, is because the first couple of Thor movies were just not very good. They weren't. I don't know what to tell you. The first Thor movie was okay. The second Thor movie was not very good. The third Thor movie, they started catching the hang of it. So they're going to keep doing it. Also, Chris Hemsworth wanted to sign on for as many movies as they want him, whereas other actors only want to do trilogies because they don't want to get hamstrung into a role. So hold on, listen, pay attention. So this is what I would like to do. I would like to redo Beverly Hills Cop, but I don't want to do it in today's day and age. I want it to be in the 1980s. I want it to be in the 1980s with that technology, in that time frame, with that shit going on in America and in the world. And from that standpoint, I would like to then do a shared universe. But more importantly, forget Beverly Hills Cop. I think the best way to even start something like this or this concept would be with Police Academy. Have y'all watched the movies Police Academy? So Police Academy was one of the few movies from the 1980s that started in the 1980s that got multiple different releases. I mean, they was dropping a new Police Academy like almost every single year. I think it got up to like 6 or 7 or some number like that. I would like to restart it from scratch. We're starting it 1979. Restart it from scratch. But I just don't want to just make the movies like that. I even want us to be Dale, because those were some very interesting characters. So now we got streaming services. And I would like to give every single which one of these characters a 3-show series, breaking down who they are outside of the actual Police Academy. It don't have to be an 8-series television show. It could be 3 episodes. An introduction, a twist, and a prestige. Boom. And I think doing it like that is how actually Marvel should do what they're doing. I don't think anybody wanted 8 episodes of Miss Marvel. I don't think that a lot of the shit that they're doing, people are going to want 8 episodes for. Now, I say that with the understanding of, I wish there was more episodes of Moon Knight. I thought Moon Knight needed more episodes. I think that they missed out on some of the storytelling that they could have benefited from by having 8 episodes rather than 6. So, but with Ahsoka, I thought that was too long. I think that the story in which they told, they didn't need to use all of those episodes to tell that story. I think that they could have told that story with less episodes. I didn't think they used their screen time well. I think that they was lingering on too many shots. You know, they was paying into this person is an incredible actor, so we're gonna let them do what they do too much. I think that the editors and the directors should have been more cognizant of screen time. And so we could get as much information on the screen as possible, less lingering shots, less speed up some of the dialogue. Like we can get the emotion out of the dialogue without the dialogue being stunted. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna speed up some of the dialogue. A couple of those shows really only had about like 20 minutes of action, fam. So many shots were lingered on. The show episode like 44 minutes long, but it's like so many of the shots, they were lingering on so many of the shots and had so much stuff in it that just wasn't. I'm talking about with Ahsoka. There's so much shit in there that just really wasn't necessary. That this episode's really only about 20 minutes long. Just saying what it is. But you can't tell that. Many people can't tell that. You know what I'm saying? But me being a person, it's only about 20 minutes long. Just saying what it is. And I think people don't get that sometimes. Those episodes are about 20 minutes long. Okay? Like Mandalorian, I'm gonna tell you, Mandalorian, I'm gonna tell you what I believe they was trying to do. So Mandalorian season 1, all of the seasons, well, except for one, it was like one season that had like 3 episodes that didn't work this way. But Mandalorian, basically, they work as a Western. A Mandalorian is a Western. It's shot like a Western, cinematographically. It's written like a Western. It's a Western. All right? For everybody that don't get it. Western is my literal favorite genre of movie, damn near. All right? It's literally like my favorite genre of movie. So I believe that's what they tried to do with Ahsoka. Because Star Wars in its essence is a space adventure, but it's a Western. In its essence, go watch the first Star Wars. It's a Western. It even starts on the desert. Most of the action is even happening on the desert, fam. It's a Western. So I think that's what they tried to do with Ahsoka. But I just don't think, so many elements weren't a Western that I just think it didn't work. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it didn't work. Also, I don't want any more of these actors that refuse to stay in fighting shape being our leading action heroes. I don't think, I think if you don't want to be in fighting shape, I don't cast them to be. I don't care how attractive they are. I don't care how muscular they look. I don't care about none of that. I don't care. I don't care because I love Rosario Dawson, but if she's not going to get into the gym and learn how to make her fight scenes look more cinematic, then I don't really want her to be Ahsoka. I'm just saying what it is. I'm not trying to hate on her. I don't want her to be Ahsoka. I don't like the fact that she's not working on her ability to make the fight scenes look more believable. I don't want you to look like you dancing. I want you to look like you actually fighting. You understand? I don't want it to look like you just waiting for the block, doing the thing. I don't want to see that. I want to see actual, like, you know, um, I want to see. They get away with it in a lot of karate flicks with women doing ballet or dance moves. But those women are extremely flexible. So even though it's a dance move and you could tell that's not going to hurt anybody, it still looks cinematic. That's my issue. So I don't really want to be. Same issue like they had with the guy from Iron Fist when they tried to do Iron Fist and then when they got an actor that don't know, he's not even athletic. So he can't even fake fight. You understand what I'm saying? Stop doing that. Go get somebody that can actually, and if they can't, they got to go to training. So just Rosario Dawson, leave her at the role, but come on, man, they got to send her to some kind of martial arts training. Let's just say what it is. You got to learn how to literally fight. I want these actors to learn how to fight. If you don't, fine. We're gonna send you to a camp. The first year you're gonna look one way. By the second, third, fourth year of us doing this particular, you playing this character, you're gonna be nice. Come on, man. This nigga already John Wicked it and showed y'all how to do it. Come on, fam. Y'all sending this dude to get weapons training. What's this guy? The guy that plays Punisher. He goes to get weapons training. Why? He plays the Punisher. He should fucking know how to look cinematic when he's using the weapons on camera. So please stop going and getting people that's supposed to know how to do some kind of martial arts and all they could do is do blocks and make it look like they're attacking. But in reality, they're just doing a different type of pose, stiff standing there and shit. I really think we should reopen Police Academy. I think that'd be dope. What y'all want to talk about? Come on, give me a chat. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm just rambling. Put it in the chat. What y'all want to talk about this morning? It's 9:30. This is when the show would normally be around the time it's starting. We almost 2 hours in. What y'all want to talk about this morning? And it's freezing outside. So don't ask me why I'm not outside. It's freezing. All right. I looked at the damn temperature today. It was like 9:30. Pardon me. I said 90, 30, 32 or some shit like that. Right now it's like 36. We is not going outside. They said hip hop was created by Ricans in the Bronx. Who said that? Who said that? Send me where Busta Rhymes said that. He don't know what he's talking about. Send me where Busta Rhymes said Jamaicans and Ricans created hip hop. Because if he said that, he don't know what he's talking about. There was Russians there. There were Caucasians there. There were blacks there. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Anybody want to ask me how I know? I was there. You know Kool Herc, who is considered to be the godfather of hip hop, he was West Indian in the middle of the Bronx. So who do you think heard the music when he played it? The people in the Bronx. So who do you think danced to the music? The people in the Bronx. So you think only Puerto Ricans and West Indians, Jamaicans lived in the Bronx? Or you think he know what he's talking about? Open Aim is just in here to argue, as you can see. That he called this debating, I bet. Calls this debating, bringing up an argumentative term, not stating any type of facts, because stating somebody's opinion is not a fact. So now I'm stating facts and he's telling me about somebody's opinion. So you think when Kool Herc played that music, the only people that could hear it was Puerto Ricans and was Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans? You don't think there was black kids out there dancing? Because that would mean they was a part of it. You don't think that, I'm just asking. You don't think black kids was out there dancing? You think the only kids that was out there enjoying the music were Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans? Or do you think that he don't know what he talking about? You think that every other person other than Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans heard the music? You think every other person other than Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans heard the music and then they just didn't enjoy it? They just didn't partake? That's what you think happened? Because if they partake, then that sentence is that comment is wrong. Now, let's just back up some. Some of hip hop is dancing, right? Where's most of the dancing from hip hop come from? Well, I don't know which one of y'all is the real one. Hold on. Somebody said that ain't me. I don't know which one is the real Open Aim. Open Aim has no way of letting me know which one is the real him. I can't even tell you to send a drop to the Cash App because I don't think you ever done that. So I don't know who real you is. Just so we could be clear. I'm just as okay with just kicking both of you, be honest with you. I don't know who the real you is, and I don't want to deal with this. So there's a lowercase o1. Where's the lowercase o Open Aim? I don't see a lowercase o Open Aim. Oh, you found them? You kicked them? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Shout out to our admin being on point with that. He been in here all day pretending to be you, fam. He been in here all day pretending to be you. Why you took you so long to say something? Oh, you kicked it. Yeah, we been kicked the fake Kyra. Nah, you on it, Arta D Glass. I appreciate you. Great job. You figuring it out. You figuring it out. Mean I don't gotta waste my time to figure it out. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't want to waste my time trying to figure it out. I appreciate you. You just kick both of them? He kicked both of them. He said, fuck it. Yeah, I'm okay with kicking both of them. I don't care. I have Open Aim, don't have no way of me being able to know who he is. You understand what I'm saying? So you have no way of me knowing who you are. You're not green team. You don't do nothing to the channel that allow for me to be able to associate. We're not on DMs, we on nothing. So there's no way for me to know who you are. So if somebody come in and they pretend to be you and then you get clipped and they get clipped, there's nothing I could do about that. You should have made yourself recognizable. You decided you didn't want to be recognizable. There's nothing I can do about that. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Oh, you just timed them out. Oh yeah, whatever. I don't care. Do whatever you're gonna do. But I do believe the lowercase open aim might be the fake. I think he is right about that though. I think the real open aim is uppercase. Just so we could be clear, I do think the real open aim is uppercase. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because what they'll do is I'll be talking with somebody the whole entire time, and then they'll, you know what? Let's just kick the guy that said that tried the what? I'm gonna tell you which one to kick. I don't care if it's the real open aim or the fake open aim. I'm gonna tell you which one to kick. I'm gonna kick it. Don't worry. I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna kick the one that, independent on if it's the real open aim or not, he about to get kicked. It's the uppercase open aim. Oh no. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. The lowercase open aim. Kick the lowercase open aim. The uppercase open aim we keep. It's the lowercase one. Kick them. I can't tell which one is the uppercase and the lowercase one that well. The lowercase open aim. Kick him. The uppercase one keep. I can't tell. I don't know how to tell them the difference. It look like both of them is uppercase and low. Well, you could tell the difference, so that works. I think you could tell the difference. I can't tell the difference. I can't tell the difference. I don't really care. Anyway, this isn't really that important to me. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Both fake accounts, bang, kick them both. It don't matter to me. Yeah, it don't matter to me. That don't really matter. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. This is usually why I leave though, because now the only people that's gonna be talking to me is the weirdos. So they're gonna constantly have me saying shit that don't matter, and so y'all gonna be like, "Yo, this is whack. I'm leaving." But those are the only people that's commenting. You understand what I'm saying? So instead of people that want to hear content commenting, so I have something to talk about other than that, the weirdos is going to be the only one that's going to talk to me because they've already convinced all of y'all don't talk to me. You understand? So that's why I just be like, yo, fuck it. I'm going to get up out of here. But I'm going to leave the show a little extra longer because we're supposed to be trying to get that camera. So I'm going to leave the show a little extra longer. Don't come back the very next show and be like, yo, it's now. You got to give it now because the very next show, you got to give it now. I'm gonna explain. Don't come back the very next show and be like, "We donated for a show." That you got to give it now, because who's to say I don't get off and then spend that same money on buying me some pizza because we couldn't get to our goal. Let's get to our goal. Get the camera, and then there could be no excuses. If we don't get to our goal, I don't want to hear what I did and didn't do. Let's get to our goal. Toon says, Jack, did you hear about this takeoff sexual assault accuser? Imagine if Cardi B is getting away from Offset for a reason. That's the first thing I want to say. Second thing is this. I've always thought that certain rappers in the game are drugging women and taking advantage of them. And I'm not saying that that's what happened, but I'm saying I've always thought that because there's things that happen in the game that y'all just don't know about. You understand? For real, for real. I don't want to date a woman that want to go and be in people's VIPs. I'm just gonna say it like that. Like if we go out to a party or something and we get invited to a VIP, so we go hang out, but it's one thing. But if we go out to a party or something and you stressing to get into the VIP, then when you get into the VIP, you stressing for this and you stressing for that, and you trying to really be around these niggas and be in the mix with these niggas like that, I'm gonna leave you with them. I'm just saying what it is. I'm not even gonna be mad, fam. Because what they gonna do to you is gonna make you appreciate a man like me more. But I'm not gonna be there no more. They gonna hold on to you for a couple of weeks. It's gonna be all good. They're gonna be doing you all good, and you're gonna love what's happening. And then when you realize it can't go no further, then you just being fucked. And when you realize that none of them is gonna put a baby in, you're not gonna be able to trick none of them. Then that whole energy is gonna change. You understand? This chick trying to get his mom to be the defendant. She's suing the estate, which I don't know how they can prove he did anything. He's not here anymore. But if there is proof, I believe she should be able to sue the estate. I'm just saying what it is. But I don't know how she can prove this. He's not here no more. But if there is proof, I think that she should be compensated. I think she should be able to sue the estate. Sue the shit out of this. I'm tired of people. I'm tired of the excuse being this person got away with this thing for a real long time, so they shouldn't be held to any consequences. I'm tired of that being the excuse to why y'all forgiving people. I'm tired of that being the excuse on why y'all forgiving people. Y'all forgiving people because so much time has passed. Get over it. What the fuck are you talking about? So I don't know if this is true. I don't know if they can win this. If there's some kind of proof, and this is something that she could prove, I believe that, yeah, she should pursue it. If this is something that she believes she could prove. If this isn't something that she could prove, then I wouldn't want her to be able to, I don't see why she should be compensated. But if this is something she could prove, I believe she should be compensated if she could prove it. Okay, so hip hop is rape culture. There's a reason why hip hop is rape culture. Rape culture is embedded in hip hop very deeply. Most of y'all most loved songbirds lived a life of getting raped on a regular basis. If the Mary J. Blige stories come out, Diddy is done. I'm gonna say that now. Diddy, if the Mary J. Blige shit come out, Diddy might as well just throw the cuffs on himself and walk down to the station. That's it. I'm gonna leave that alone. But he's not the only one, not by a long shot. There's a lot of dudes right now quaking in their boots. A lot. Mary J ain't gonna say nothing, no, because she doing well. So she ain't gonna say nothing. She gonna stay to herself. But Mary J was Cassie before Cassie, fam. Fam, if what happened to Mary J comes out, everybody forget when Mary J split from Diddy, she used to talk about how he used to keep her coked up. Now, I heard stories. We love Mary, so I'm not going to just throw shit out there. But I've heard stories. This nigga's disgusting. I've heard stories. I don't think he thought Mary J was gonna blow like she did. That's one. I guess. And two, but he had to know that. But two, that's why Cassie didn't blow. All right? He made sure Cassie didn't blow to make sure he didn't lose her like he lost Mary. He sabotaged that girl's career so he could keep her. This might be another fake Kyra knows. Let's see. They're going to try to go get it right now. Remember, we just kicked the other fake accounts. They're going to try to get it right now. I ordered D Glass. You know how to tell who Kyra is. Don't put it in the chat. You know. Also, remember, Kyra has never said one thing at all divisive about me. So the minute that this person say anything that don't align with God or anything divisive, we know that that's not Kyra because she's God's energy and she doesn't move with any negativity. So if this person says anything negative or divisive at all, kick them because she doesn't do that. Yeah, I hear you. It's always the person until it ain't. Anyway, let's get back to the chat. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What y'all want to talk about today? We already kicked the fake Kyra this morning. So just so you know, we already kicked one fake Kyra. We already kicked one fake one early this morning. What's up? What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Come on, man. It's going on 10 o'clock. You gotta have something to talk about. Did I put up I didn't put up any poll today. King Yellow a rat. Think King Yellow a rat, Champagne Poppy? Tell me how he's a rat. So if I know and you know something, if we both know something, and you tell me the thing that we both know, are you a rat? If we both know something. So once again, if we both know something, could I have a conversation with somebody that's actually been arrested? No disrespect, Champagne Poppy, but you're coming off as a person that's never had to really, deal with the cops in any real rational way. The niggas that don't say nothing to the police, them niggas are all in jail for like 20 and 30 years. It's very rare for a person to get arrested by the police and say zero things at all when they are in the wrong even. Okay, so when the police arrest you and they're like the lawyer saying don't talk to the police, right? And they're like, ask for your lawyer. Your lawyer comes in. When the police start asking you questions like, is this person a part of the gang? Is that person a part of the gang? Your lawyer's not going to tell you don't say okay to those things. Those are not things that your lawyer is going to say don't agree to. And I think that that's the misunderstanding, that you believe that once you lawyer up, your lawyer is going to say don't answer anything. No, your lawyer is going to have you answer things. Your lawyer is going to tell you which questions it's okay to answer. The whole don't talk to police. Okay, you want to say don't snitch? Fine, we're not snitching. But if Dirk is out there talking about he's a part of a gang and the police ask you, is Dirk part of that gang? that he's openly saying that he's a part of, and you a whole gang nigga, and you are not gonna be acknowledge this thing that Dirk is, that mean that you're gonna go the hard way with the police. You might as well just decide to do all of the years. This is why we got so much of our kids in jail now. This is why so many people are locked up. I'm not talking about whatever crazy shit he's talking about on social media. See, what you want to do is balance out one thing he did to another thing. I'm not doing that. I'm just talking about factually what a thing is. I'm not moving the goalposts depending on who we're speaking about. That's what you are doing. I'm not doing that. I don't think that that's fair. Blow my nose. Yeah, so I don't think that's fair. Another thing Kyra knows doesn't do is try to come in here and get me to talk to her. She just comes in here and chats. So when y'all try to steal her account and then try to create a conversation with me, you're literally doing the opposite of what she's doing and immediately making yourself a target. So for the people that came in here and was faking to be in Kyra knows, like literally all of the things that y'all want to do will prove to me that you're not that person. And I'm just going to kick you. I think that you're what do you mean? Why people selecting politicians? What are you talking about? Okay, you're obviously in here to just create some kind of, I don't know what you're doing. What are you talking about? But that's not snitching whether he's a civilian or whether he's a street nigga. That's still not snitching. You're doing selective politicking. You're just picking and choosing who you want to put whatever label you want to put on with no intelligence. I'm not saying that to be divisive or to be harmful. I'm just saying that factually. Yo, King Will says, yo, if a fake account ever come in here pretending to be me, disrespectful, divisive, insulting, or says anything uncharacteristic on how you know me to be, kick it. It ain't me, bro. Exactly. That energy. Shout out to King Will. He didn't snitch. Okay, I'm not having this conversation with you. We're about to kick Champagne Poppy right now because he's trying to play word games with me. I just said that I don't consider that snitching, and then look what he says. So snitching isn't talking to the cops. So he's trying to play word games with me. So we're about to kick him right now. Just wanted to know to never violate. Yeah, we about to kick that guy. He's trying to do that shit right now. I just woke up. I'm gonna have to pray that energy away. I appreciate you, Force, for your kind words and knowing that I would never violate. Yeah, because I assume our people would never come in here to try to disrupt our show. And once somebody comes in here to disrupt our show, they're not our people anymore. Period. You're not having a conversation with me. You're changing my words. You know, anybody else in here see how Champagne Poppy is trying to change my words and then he's saying he's having a conversation with me? He keeps saying that something is snitching, that I'm saying I don't believe is snitching, then trying to have me have a conversation about it along the context of what he's speaking about and change the meaning of what I'm saying. But by doing that, he's also pretending like he's not doing something wrong. That's gaslighting, by the way. That's a fact. Violating is not agreeing. What you mean violating is not agreeing? What are you talking about? What's violating is not agreeing? That doesn't even make sense. So thank you. Just kick that person. That don't even make sense. Gaslighting. Exact. Thank you. That is what he's doing. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Kyra knows. Appreciate you. That is 100% what he's doing. And then they gonna have people believe that I'm saying and doing things I'm not saying and doing. I didn't even read that guy's whole comment. There you go. You got kicked. You come in here, I'm going to say something real quick. How could you come in here somewhere that you're not invited, try to start an argument with me and say that I'm emotional? Your whole entire thing that you're doing is out of emotion. You're going somewhere where you're not invited to start an argument. And then you're going to say, I'm being emotional. When the entire thing you're doing is based on emotion. You don't think I'm wrong about anything. You're not trying to correct me. You're acting purely off of emotion. And you're tricking people by saying, I'm being emotional. When I'm responding back with factual shit, when I'm just saying facts. You, literally you just did that. I'm talking to you, Champagne Poppy. You literally just did that. You. Anyway, what else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. And if you come in here to argue with me, I'm going to have the same energy. I don't want to argue. If you want to talk about something that we have opposing viewpoints, that means that when you say something that makes sense, I have to acknowledge that. And when I say something that makes sense, you have to acknowledge that. Not when you say something that makes sense, I just act like it didn't happen. And when I say something that makes sense, you act like it didn't happen. That's an argument. I don't want to do that. If we're doing that, I just want to kick you. Are we covering YSL today? I don't know. There's the situation that happened where, for everybody that don't know, Shannon Stillwell was stabbed. Tunes, you pull up to the Cash App. So whenever you want me to know whether it's you or not, you could always send $1 to the Cash App. If there's ever any type of misunderstanding, you could always send like $1. You Cash App, Tunes. King Will, he Cash Apps. I believe Champagne Poppy Cash App before. So I don't know if that's the real Champagne Poppy or a fake one. It might be a fake one, but I don't know. So generally, if you Cash App, if you got me on DMs, if I corresponded with you like on IG or something, you understand? That then I will be able to know. Because I don't give nobody my phone number. I told you the other day some weirdo walked up. I don't even know if I want to call him a weirdo. I think some people just tried to get him to ask me for my number. You understand what I'm saying? Like, though I was gonna, because I'm friendly to him. So I think they're trying to get my number so they could like try to like, call my phone, do all type of weirdo shit, have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like ruin my life more. So I don't give nobody my phone number. Period. We don't do that. Less than 5 people got my phone number, fam. I don't do that. I don't give out my phone number. I don't even talk on the phone, to be honest with you. I told if I'm on IG, I FaceTime on IG. I don't really talk on the phone. So I wouldn't even give somebody my phone number. So I don't even give nobody my phone number. So yeah, some dude just walked up to me like, what the fuck? The graveyard stay hungry, fam. So if y'all don't want to be there, let the bag see I here. Yeah, so I don't know if that was the real Tunes. That might have been the fake Tunes. Because Tunes know he does drops. So how wouldn't I be able to tell if it was you or not? That might be a fake Tunes. Anyway, anything y'all guys want to talk about, put it in the chat. I really don't want to get off the show right now. I would like to get up to the camera so we could just cop the camera, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. We're going to have a show later and then somebody's going to say, but they gave you drops for the kid. No, but we didn't finish it. We have to get the completion of the drops for the thing and then purchase the thing. Don't come back to me later talking about we did a thing on this show and then we did a thing on that show. We got to do it all together consistently at that moment. Yep, King Yella's doing whatever y'all talking about he's doing. I don't even want to have that conversation. Whatever you saying King Yella's doing, he's doing. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I've had that conversation. I'm not having it no more. Anything else you're saying he's doing, he's doing. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. They've been showing me a lot of Elizabeth Olsen now, so shout out to that. Salute. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I don't have nothing that's on my mind right now. I don't want to end the live right now. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'll give y'all a moment. I don't really want to end the live because I don't got nothing I'm talking about right now. I don't got nothing that's on my mind. We already 2 hours into the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really got nothing else on my mind that I find interesting to talk about. So give me something and then we can shoot from there. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Somebody came in here trying to start an argument. I just kicked them. Brother Love looking real bad. Pop Cassie said it all wrong doing this paid on earth. Looking real bad, Pop. Cassie said it. Cassie has said it all wrong doing this. What the hell? I don't understand what you're saying, Lou Capo. Help me out. You can rewrite that? The Giants did win last night. Shout out Nick the Slick. The Giants did win last night. I saw the flea flicker. They did a flea flicker play and everything. That was lit. Sheesh. That was lit. That was lit. Good for the Giants. That's a fact. There you go. You see what happened? Look. We're just gonna ignore that Myson taxi account. We're just gonna ignore them. Look out. This is how children act when you ignore them. Go read the Myson taxi account page. This is how children act when you ignore them. We're gonna continue to ignore them, but watch how they act. This is how children act. Don't kick them yet. That's how children act, fam. This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. This is what I'm dealing with. But they're gonna tell you I'm being immature. You understand? They're gonna tell you I'm being immature. Don't call them out. It's so no. Don't let it go. Okay. Yeah. Which nigga's not grateful? Tunes. Which nigga's not grateful? I'm gonna take down there. You don't gotta call him a bozo. You could if you're talking about anybody or calling anybody something, I'm gonna need for you to tag their name so it don't look like you talking to me. No, that's not my son's account. King Will, they tried to come in here and pretend to be you. King Will, they tried to come in here and pretend to be you. I just kicked them. That drop kill account. Did I kick him or did I just no, I didn't kick him. Oh shit. No, I don't want to report that. I didn't kick him. They didn't. I mean, I did kick him. They didn't try to pretend to be you. My fault. Anyway, what do y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Let's teach them a lesson by interacting with me reasonably in the count so I can interact with you guys because that's what they want. So let's teach them a lesson. This could be a teachable moment for them where they can learn how to speak to people and interact with people. So let's make this a teachable moment for them. The rest of y'all, pull up into the chat, talk to me. Let's have a discussion. Let's make this a teachable moment. Remember, these are full-blown adults that believe that they have the right to talk to people any old way that they want to, but that person doesn't have the right to then hold them accountable for their words. They don't want to be held accountable for their actions. You understand? Also, we $22 away from the new camera. If anybody wants to put into the new camera, we're $22 away from getting a new camera right now. We could use a little bit of support. We're gonna buy the camera right now while we're on live. That's if we get it. If we don't get it, next show we got to start off from scratch. We had a couple of people pull up this morning to the Cash App already. I'm waiting for this shit to load up. There's nothing I can do about it. My list. This is in my Amazon list, by the way. There's a couple of things that we need. One thing is the camera. This is the things that we need right now. One is the camera, right? So it's either out of the camera or I really need this desk for the computer. I need that desk like a motherfucker. They're both $44 in the $40 price range. I need the desk also like a motherfucker. And this will help with the recording. But some of that stuff is don't worry about all that stuff. This is stuff with the recording, and this is super cheap right now at $70. So this is just stuff that if anybody wanted to know what's in our wish list, which would be paramount importance, those are things. So that's what's going on with the camera. No, I mean we're still a little bit a ways from being able to get the camera. We need more participation if that's gonna happen. But if it don't happen from the next show, we gotta start off from scratch. So I prefer we just do it this show because we already know the next show people are gonna be talking about this show. We need to just start off from scratch. And Champagne Poppy, as much as I love you, we don't do that. We don't tell other people to donate unless we also have donated. So we're not gonna do that. All right, with all due respect. We don't ask people to do things that we don't do. With all due respect. I appreciate you though. You got to send a drop. The drop say donate. Then I show people the drop and it'll say pull up for the support. No disrespect, and I'm not coming for you. Anything y'all guys want to talk about? We're going to 70 people in the chat this morning. Anything y'all guys want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Come on, let's go. I'm in no rush. I just want to have a conversation with you guys. I don't know if that's the real Tunes or not, but Tunes be doing drops. The real Tunes does. Tunes. If Champagne Poppy do a drop, you gonna match it? Tunes, if Champagne Poppy does a drop, you gonna match it? You gonna call him on his bluff? Come on, Champagne Poppy. He's calling you on your bluff. That's what real BBN do, by the way. When people come in here and try to talk crazy, niggas, he's calling you on your bluff, Champagne. Where you at, Champagne Poppy? Are you the real Champagne Poppy or you a fake Champagne Poppy? Because the real Champagne Poppy, I know that dude is. He got money. So if somebody call him out like this, he's not taking it lightly. I know who the dude is. We DM. Anyway, what y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I know the real Champagne Poppy. We DM. He is not needing for bread. If the real Champagne Poppy was in here and I was like, yo, let's get some $10 drops going, it's a good chance he'll pull up. That's how I be knowing some of these accounts are fake. Because y'all be using people accounts that sometimes they pull up in here, they do a drop and go like this. So when I see you, I know that's not them. So Champagne Poppy, where you at? It wasn't him. You can still drop if you want, Tunes. You can still drop if you want. You can still drop if you want, Tunes, but that's not him. That's not the real Champagne Poppy fan. Don't let them lie to you. Or he's with them niggas. It's one of the two. Anyway, what y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Let's go. We have a conversation. It's early. I don't want to get off of the live. But I don't know. It's like we're not really talking about nothing at the moment. And I'm hungry. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's it? We done? We done? Nothing? Nothing y'all want to talk about? Nothing y'all want to discuss? Nothing nobody got to say? We done? I have a long time until I can even go get food to eat. They not done cooking the shit. Could we keep the show going? Give me a topic. Like, sheesh. Like, the food ain't even ready yet. I'll look on Instagram real quick. See if there's something halfway interesting to talk about. Vaccinated Piers Morgan catches COVID, blames anti-vaxxers. How? He's not going to drop. You know he's not going to drop. You know he's not going to drop him. He's not going to drop. It's all right. Don't worry about it. He's not going to drop him. You already know he's not going to drop. He's not going to drop him. How are vaccinated people blaming non-vaccinated people for them getting sick? You're vaccinated. You're not supposed to get sick. Somebody explain that to me. You vaccinated. You're not supposed to get sick. So the person who's unvaccinated, they're just a carrier. And the person who gets vaccinated could get sick. Then why would you get vaccinated? That's not the real Tunes. That's not the real Tunes. that person knows that we all know that Champagne ain't gonna do no donation. So that person is pretending to be the real tunes by saying if the other person do a drop, they'll do a drop. When we all know that the other person was never gonna do one to begin with. You get it? Drew Barrymore caresses Oprah Winfrey during show. What the hell? Oh, well, Drew Barrymore, well, they both gay though. Not that I care, but they both gay. I mean, like nobody is this. Nobody. I don't care. I'm just gonna be quiet. I don't even care about that. It's not my business. I was gonna say something about Northwest. I just decided not to. It's not good to talk about kids. One and two. I'm not really talking about the kids. I'm gonna be talking about the parenting. But people like when you try to tell them that they're a bad parent. They be like, "Don't talk about my kids." Oh, that's what you. Yeah, you're right. You do pull up on Fridays. My no, that's the real tunes. That's the 100% the real tune. You're right. My apologies. I'm wrong and I'm apologizing. What happens is usually when I'm in a wrong and I'm apologizing about something, people be like, "We're never gonna accept your apology," and then I got to deal with them hating me and following me around until I die. So that's basically, you know, most of the time there are people out there like that. Like something happened, and some of the times I'm not even wrong. It's just like a misunderstanding. I'm like my fault, my apology, and they just decide that I gotta die. That's it. They just decide I gotta die, so they gonna follow me around till I die. That's it. Hmm. Not a big fan, but okay. All right. Record with DeVito has started. The Giants at 3-1. Record with Jones has started at 1-5. Jones throw a lot of bad passes, don't he? I think he throws a lot of picks. He might not have the arm strength he thinks he does. And so I was talking to one of the kids that was playing football. So during practice, I said, you got to throw the ball sooner. You're waiting too late. You're waiting for the guy to get to the spot, and then you're trying to throw the ball when the guy's in the spot. You got to throw the ball before the guy gets there so the ball can meet him at the spot where he's going to be open. Now, the more you do that, the more you'll learn how to anticipate and the better you will get at it. So I told him this. So he was like, yeah, no, I'm doing it, or whatever the case is. I don't know. Then he went on to proceed to try it like once or twice, and it worked. And then he went back to what he was doing. I didn't say anymore. I'm not the coach. I'm not trying to bother nobody. The game goes, and in the game, he throws 3 picks that day. And 2 of the picks, 2, not both of them, but 2 of the picks was specifically because the man ran to the spot and they had to turn around and wait, and then the defense closed in on him. The man was open. If he would have threw the ball sooner, the man could have caught it in stride and kept going. So, you know, it's those habits they learn early. It's always, especially when it comes to sports, it's the habit you learn early. I'm telling you, it's the habit you learn early. The kid is one of the better players on the team, might I also add. And he has a pretty good arm. He's a pretty good player. Just, I think it's fear. You gotta do something a couple of times and be successful at it a couple of times and for you to then lose the fear of it. I think he's just a fear that he might have to just throw into open spaces. I think that he needs to work with his receivers a little more. But like so, don't mind me. Man. So there was a dope thing that we used to do in my neighborhood, and people would just go run routes, and we would just battle people running routes. Like we did it all the time. You might see Gilly and them doing it sometime. We just did this. Like we play football in front of in the courtyard in Concourse Village. When I moved to Concourse Village, they play football in the courtyard. They can't play there no more because the old people put up a whole bunch of shit to prevent kids from playing outside. It's bananas. Like, and when they was doing this, like I was too young to be able to have anything, right? But one of the conversations I was having with the older folk was, so what are the kids supposed to do now? And they're like, well, they should just come outside and sit down. I'm like, but they're kids. When you got this little playground area out here that they could run around with, the parents could look off of the terrace and see their kid outside and know their kid is safe. Their kid not out there in the world, out there on somebody's street corner doing nothing. But the old people I spoke to specifically just didn't care. They just wanted their way. They just didn't care. After they removed that area where the kids used to play at all the time, our kids don't even. Yo, you gotta understand, Concourse Village used to have a lot of kids that played high school and college sports. From what I hear, it went down like this. Concourse Village used to have a lot of kids that played high school and college sports. I played a fam in football, some in baseball too, by the way, but in football and basketball specifically. Some of them went to go play baseball, men and women. I don't know what to tell you. But after they did that, and there was nowhere for the kids to be able to get together and challenge each other, the focus changed. Now, the drug use went up. I'm telling you because I experienced this because I was there. The drug use went up. The teen pregnancies went up. Anyway, other stuff too, but it is what it is. So I like the Elizabeth Olsen damn picture. So now she's in my feed all day. So now all my feed is these damn actresses. I just like one fucking photo, fam. I mean, now it's more than one, but initially I liked that's Mike Tyson. Initially, I liked one photo, fam. Now just Elizabeth Olsen all day. I don't know what to say. Shout out to the fucking Instagram, you guys. Why? Nah. She's not bad looking at all. And I like the fact that she's not like a social media chick at all. But no, I'm just saying. Westchester County Center. Locks is gonna be at Westchester County Center. I don't have the slightest idea when. Is there a card? The 16th of December, the Locks and Mary. White Plains, New York. Power 105. Yeah, no, I like Elizabeth Olsen. I think she's a good actress too. I like her portrayal of the Scarlet Witch specifically. I mean, I don't know what else she's good in, but I like her portrayal of the Scarlet Witch specifically, and I'm gonna explain why for everybody that don't know. In the comic books, the Scarlet Witch has a mental illness. Yeah, and that's the explanation for why she can't control her powers. Like she's mentally unstable. And often in the comic books, it's her son Pietro is the one keeping her in line, like calm down. Like, so they have a really, really close bond. Like, it's not natural close. Like they even got an alternative universe where they was lovers. Like they've always had an unnatural bond with one another. I think that's missing in the MCU, but she had psychotic breaks in the comic books, more than one. When her powers was first described, they were described as kind of being nebulous. Like they had no actual description of it. She was described as being a person who could manipulate probability. She was a probability manipulator initially. That's what they said. So then after a lot of retconning and then really getting into the character, now she's basically a, a, a matter manipulator. Basically, she manipulates matter and does a lot of other things other than manipulate matter. Also for everybody that don't know, her mutant ability is supposed to be in the comic books. Her mutant ability was probability manipulation, but she learned magic. So her actual mutant power is not her witchcraft. Her witchcraft is something totally different for everybody that don't know. Yeah, so she does witchcraft and she also does probability manipulation, which then turned into matter manipulation. Have y'all seen that movie? Everything Always at Once? Spoiler alert. The bad guy in that was a matter manipulator. That's why you see the person doing some of the things that they were doing. They were manipulating matter on a subatomic level. But they were basically doing it in a different way. I don't want to explain it because I don't want to, anybody that didn't see the movie. But yeah, she was a matter manipulator. That's the most powerful thing you could be in comic books as far as I'm concerned. Being able to manipulate matter, time and matter. Those are the two most powerful things. If you can manipulate those things, you're damn near undefeatable. A good example of matter manipulation for anybody that's like, what the hell is he talking about? Do you remember Infinity War when they went to when Thanos captured Gamora? Wait, is that her name? Shit, that's her name. When Thanos captured Gamora, remember when they was at nowhere, whatever the fuck that place is called, and he was like turning people into like slinkies and stuff? That was matter manipulation. That was matter manipulation. That's the most powerful shit in anything, to be able to manipulate the molecular structure of another thing and turn it from one thing to another. Anyway, I'm kind of done. I don't know what we're talking about. As you can hear, I'm just talking about this shit that I'm talking about. I think I'm going to let y'all go. Is there anything that anybody want to talk about before I let y'all go? I'm trying to stay on the live. Is there anything that y'all want to, if not for any other reason, for us to just get to the camera? Because if we don't get to the camera, somebody's going to pull up the next show and then they're going to talk crazy. So we're trying to get to the camera. If we can't get to the camera, we can't. I'm fine with that, just so we can be clear. But I would like to have a conversation. If we don't have anything to talk about, as I obviously don't have anything left to discuss this morning, then I'm going to let y'all go. But I will stay on the live. Is there something y'all guys want to talk about? Is there something y'all guys want to discuss? If you're just coming here to argue with me, I'm not going to deal with it. If you come in here to have a discussion, I'm going to deal with that. Fair? Fair. Okay, I'm just gonna let y'all go. Everybody have a blessed day today. Go out there, do something worth doing. We went live again yesterday, a second time. So maybe we go live again a second time today. We went live a second time yesterday. We got some good support throughout the course of the day for a thing, and we went live. And we're gonna probably go live again today. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna try to put out something. I don't know what to talk about. Like I don't know what's interesting. I don't There's nothing out there that's interesting to me. And a lot of the shit that is worth talking about, I just feel like I'm adding to something we shouldn't be adding to. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go find some good content. We're gonna make something happen. What up, Nick the Slick? Salute. Nobody else pulled up to help with the camera. Um, so after this show, we're gonna start back from zero, obviously. Um, we'll try again. I appreciate you trying to pull up to give support for the camera. You and we had one other person. That's the plan, by the way. He said, "Go get something to eat." That's a plan, by the way. We had June. We had one of the Brandons pull up. Shout out to the Brandons. We got two Brandons in here right now. We had one of the Brandons pull up, and you definitely appreciate that. Definitely gonna go get something to eat. Everybody, just have a blessed day. Whoever you are, just go find somebody to go do something good by and stamp God's name on it. Just find something to do in the world that could just be good for another person. Like, I don't need you. I'm not asking you to go do nothing good for me. All right. Just go find somebody in the world out there to go do something good for. Um, Now I'm gonna sit around, figure out how I'm gonna go get something to eat, even though it's cold outside. I already know as soon as I go outside, they'll be watching me, man. It's crazy. With that being said, everybody just have a blessed day. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.